New Pokemon Tadbulb and Bellibolt and new Shinies Morelull and Shiinotic are coming to Pokemon Go during the Festival of Lights event, but how can you get the most out of this event? Well, in this video I will be going through all of the event details, XP, Stardust and candy tips, Pokemon worth catching, raids worth raiding and more. So the event runs from November 7th at 10 AM until November 12th at 10 AM. Tadbulb will be making its debut in Pokemon Go and it can be evolved into Bellibolt with 50 candy. The bonuses for the event will be 2x Hatch, Candy and Stardust, and any incense activated during the event will be lasting for twice as long as normal, but this does exclude the daily incense. The wild encounters for the event will be Pikachu, Vulpix, Ponyta, Magnemite, Voltorb, Chinchou, Mareep, Slugma, Electrike, Litwick and rarely Morelull and Tadbulb. In 7km eggs will be Elekid, Magby, Dedenne and Morelull, and it's good to note that any Morelull hatched from these eggs will have a greater chance of being shiny than those caught in the wild. As well as the double incense duration, there will be increased incense encounters for the event. These will be Alolan Geodude, Hisuian Voltorb, Slugma, Volbeat, Illumise, Blitzel, Litwick, Litleo, Dedenne, Morelull and Tadbulb. The field research encounters will be Darumaka, Morelull and Tadbulb. There will be a timed research available throughout the event rewarding an avatar item and event themed encounters. There will also be Tadbulb and Litwick showcases during the event, so keep an eye out for them. There will also be a new avatar item available for purchase in the shop, and additionally if you happen to be in India you will get an extra bonus of 2x catch candy for the event, and you'll also get a collection challenge rewarding Stardust, XP and a Tadbulb encounter. So that's it for the details. Let's have a look at how you can maximise XP, Stardust and candy during this event. So there are no specific XP bonuses active during this time, but if you do want to get more XP you can use lucky eggs to double your XP gains. If you don't have many lucky eggs or you are free to play, I would recommend holding on to those lucky eggs for an event where there is 2x, 3x or more bonuses to get the most value out of them. However, if you are going to use lucky eggs for the event, then you should also open some gifts and interact with friends to try and increase friendship level, because this season you will get 1.5x XP for leveling up friendship. You can also get some bonus catch XP by mega evolving a Pokemon of the same type as the Pokemon that you will be catching, but I will go more into this as we get into the candy tips and go through which Pokemon you should mega evolve. Morelull will be appearing in the wild during the event, and it is a good Pokemon to catch because it does give boosted Stardust when caught. It will give 500 Stardust per catch as opposed to the regular 100, and in sunny or cloudy weather each catch will get you 625, and that will be 938 Stardust with a star piece on top of that. You will get 2x Stardust and 2x candy from hatching eggs, so it's definitely a good event to be hatching eggs. It's also good to note that the amount of Stardust and candy you get from hatching eggs is more for the higher distance eggs. So as the distance increases, the more candy and Stardust you'll get from hatching those eggs. There are featured 7km event eggs available during the event, which you can only get from opening gifts after the event has started, and these eggs are definitely worth hatching if you are hunting for the new shiny Morelull, because it does have an increased shiny rate from these eggs. Additionally, another target from these eggs could be Elekid, because Electivire is a decent electric type raid attacker and even more so in its shadow form, so the candy will be helpful for powering up a shadow Electivire if you've got one. And if you are going to be hatching a load of eggs during this event to get Stardust, I would recommend getting 12km eggs from the Team Go Rocket leaders and hatching batches of 12 of them with the star piece active to get some big Stardust. This event will definitely be a good time to work on your Platinum Breeder medal if you haven't got it yet. So the majority of the Pokemon spawning in this event have an electric typing, so I would recommend mega evolving an electric type to increase the amount of candy, Candy XL and XP you get per electric type catch. So you can mega evolve Ampharos, Manectric or revert Kyogre. And if you don't have access to these megas, then you could mega evolve a fire type to get the bonuses for catching the fire types that are available during the event. For the fire type you could mega evolve Charizard, Blaziken, Houndoom or revert Groudon. So the amount of candy bonus you get from mega evolution depends on the mega level of your mega evolved Pokemon. Base level will give you 1 extra candy, high level will give you 1 extra candy, an extra 10% chance to earn Candy XL and 50 additional XP per catch. And if you mega evolve a Pokemon that is max mega level, you will get 2 extra candy, 25% additional chance to earn Candy XL and 100 extra XP per catch. So a good tip for XP and Stardust is to enter any showcases that you see, because even if you don't rank that highly, you'll still get some XP and Stardust for not really having to do that much. And if you do rank higher, you might get some premium items. But if you are going for the higher ranks in showcases, just keep an eye out for people who like to swap their Pokemon out for higher ranking Pokemon before the showcase ends. So let's take a look at which Pokemon are worth catching during this event. Starting with the wild encounters, Pikachu might be worth catching if you're working on your Pikachu fan medal. Vulpix will be spawning, and it might be worth catching some of these for Candy and Candy XL for Alolan Ninetales, because Alolan Ninetales is ranked 31 in the Great League and 84 in the Ultra League. Likewise, it might be worth catching some Magnemite for Candy for powering up a Shadow Magnezone, because it is a strong electric type raid attacker. Chinchou is definitely one worth picking up for PvP because Lantern is ranked 68 in the Great League and 70 in the Ultra League. Mareep could be worth catching because Mega Ampharos is a top 10 electric type raid attacker, but it does seem like it will be getting a Community Day Classic at the end of November, so not a high priority really, unless you're going to miss out on that event. Likewise, Electrike could be worth catching because Mega Manectric is one of the best electric type raid attackers. Mega Manectric is a better electric type raid attacker than Mega Ampharos, so I would prioritize Electrike. It will be worth picking up any Litwick that you see for Candy and Candy XL, because Shadow Chandelure is one of the best ghost type raid attackers and a decent fire type raid attacker. Morelull is worth catching not only because it's got a new shiny, but because of the 500 Stardust it gives each catch, so if you are trying to build Stardust, then this one is definitely one to go for. It will also be worth picking up Tadbulb because it is the newly released Pokemon, so you want to try and get some of them to get some candy to evolve it into Bellibolt to get those dex entries. So Litleo will be spawning on Incense, and I would definitely recommend catching this Pokemon if you're trying to get Ditto or Shiny Ditto, because it is a possible Ditto disguise. And as it will be spawning quite often on Incense, it's definitely worth checking because Ditto has been quite rare recently, because there haven't been any Ditto disguises featured in events for a while. Volbeat and Illumise will also be on Incense, and they are regionals, normally with Volbeat being exclusive to Europe, Asia and Oceania, and Illumise exclusive to Americas and Africa. But it doesn't mention in the announcement for this event that they will only be available in their respective regions, so it does seem like you will be able to get both for this event. So if you don't have one of these, then it'll be definitely worth using an Incense to get them for the decks. Darumaka will be in field research, and it is worth catching because Darmanitan is a decent budget fire type raid attacker. With the majority of Pokemon during this event having an electric or a fire typing, this event is a good chance to work on your Rocker and Kindler Platinum Medal. There aren't a lot of particularly meta relevant Pokemon from Incense during this event, but it could be worth using Incense because it will have double duration. The highlights for the Incense will be the Litleo for catching Ditto if you need it, Volbeat and Illumise if you need either of those for the decks. Litwick is strong in its shadow form, so worth picking that up. Morelull will be good for Stardust, and the new Pokemon Tadbulb is worth it for the decks. However, if you don't want any of these and you don't think it's worth it, then I would recommend holding onto your Incense for Community Day, where you'll get 3-hour incenses. So let's take a look at the raids that are worth raiding during this event. So there are no featured raids, but I will go through the 5-star raids and mega raids that are available during this time. So Genesect Dow's Drive will be in raids up until November 9th at 10 AM, and this Pokemon could be worth raiding because it is a decent steel and bug type raid attacker, and specifically the Dow's Drive version is ranked 89 in the Ultra League and 67 in the Master League. From the 9th at 10 AM, Virizion will take over, and this Pokemon is strong in PvP, being ranked 12 in the Ultra League and 48 in the Master League. In mega raids up until November 12th at 10 AM will be Mega Houndoom, and this Pokemon could be worth raiding because it is one of the best dark type raid attackers, and it's a decent fire type raid attacker as well. So that's pretty much it for the Festival of Lights event in Pokemon Go. So let me know in the comments if you are going to be playing this event. Check out this video on the screen now, and as always, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.